my opinion, Keenan is the man for the job. I think everybody in this room knows Keenan and loves him and is here to support. And what you have to say is very valuable, and we're really excited for you. Thank you all for coming, and let's get this started.
Awesome. Thanks, Britt. Well, welcome to our first B Street Series chat of the year. We're going to be talking about the Snowpack, or what we have out there, which isn't much, but we've got a little bit of snow. Yeah, just wanted to say thanks for letting me get in front of you guys and chat, because I think there's a lot of people in this room that probably know a lot more about the snow than I do. Just the guy talking about it tonight. So without further ado, October was really wet. This is the wettest on record in Salt Lake City. I think we got 4.95 inches of water down there. So just the wettest in history. But there was moments of glory in there. It kind of, the month rounded out into nice, warm, high pressure, made for some great hiking, biking, frisbee golf, foliage, scenery. We got a little bit of dusting of snow in October, 8 to 10 inches in the high country. Some of it stuck around on the high northerlies. Not much in our world here in Ogden, but maybe a little bit more in the Cottonwoods with those higher elevations. It was a fun day on Sardine, you know. Sometimes we're skiing by this time of the year, but it's a good bike season. So October, in a quick bullet point summary, you guys can read them. It was warm, it was wet, then it dried out. November kind of still looks like October. Julian Berg gave me this photo, just in his travels, finding facets up high, that old October snow. Some fun atmospheric events. Hopefully we all were there to partake in that together, but not snow. November 17th, we finally got some snow. We got 5.5 inches at 0.75 inches of water. So that's a good base builder, right? Thinking like, oh sweet, we're gonna have a killer season. Like, got snow on the ground, it's wet, it's heavy, it's caking into places. Cool, what's gonna happen next? Again, Julian Berg, the facet hunter out there, finding some depth hoar, some basal facets. Or was that surface hoar, Jules? Surface hoar, yeah. So some scenic moose, you know, really not much going on. Same day, Jules out there getting after it. There's some white stuff on the ground, just rotting away. Jules, where's this? Nice, yeah. It's pretty much summer still. November 30th, we got another shot of snow. Now we're up to 11 inches. The prior storm and warmer temps kind of made a firm underlying crust, which made for some supportable skiing on sundown. There's some familiar faces in this room. Lap it up. Yeah, this is an old photo. Obviously, it didn't look like that this year in November, but we had some cooling temps and some late month precip, which made it start to feel like winter. Temps started to decrease. We got some snow, 2 snows, and there was some freezing mist and fog on the latter part of the month, which may be a player, but at this point, not significant at all. December 6th, Berg out there, our facet hunter, went for a tour with Henry up in Ben Lomond area, Cutler. Got eyes on that new storm snow. We got 8 inches that fell nice, wet, and heavy on top of that old, crusted up snow. So we actually saw some avalanches for the first time of the season, which is nice to see. Again, same day out there. Just a lot of snow moving down the hill where there was enough snow to move. Little pit from that same day. Getting some obs up in the books. Strong work, Jules. We can go more into the pit, but basically just looking at some structure. We've got some melt crusts, melt freeze crusts in there, and some new snow on top. So just already setting up for poor structure for the season. December 8th, I had to give like a little weekly update for Ogden Avi, so I went out and dug a couple little quick pits on a few different aspects just to And even digging a full pit wouldn't take long with that much snow. So yeah, we got some more snow on December 8th, 8 inches of snow overlying some of those older snow events. 16th through the 19th, wet, warm, windy, and rainy. There's some beautiful sights to be seen at Snow Basin during this time period. You could still ski to the bottom then, which is cool. We went up to just grab our passes, and Bear Hollow down was skiing great. It was just all a slush fest, felt like spring. Then they started the upload download thing, so that was unique to the season. In that window, we had a pretty fun wind event. I mean, wish it was a fun snow event, but it was really windy. I think Lone Peak saw the high record in the state. It was gusting 120 miles an hour. 120 miles an hour up there. Strawberry Top read 107. Powder Mountain was reading like consistently in the 80s, straight down the line at sundown, which was the only thing open. So it was windy. There's a lot of trees that blew down. I think we got a lot of lake dust blown into the snowpack at that point. So just a notable event for the season. December 22nd, got a little bit more snow. You can see that dust crust from that wind event. And we still got some facets down low, but they're kind of like wet, or damp, moist. I'm not an expert on damp snowpacks, but this year's been just kind of warm and wet. There's my little snow pilot from the pit that day. Again, just showing weak snow, some grapple, some wind. December 22nd, again, same day as that pit. Yeah, the snowpack is some good sunrises, good sunsets, you know, but not the white stuff that we're used to seeing this time of year. December 26th, snow. Yeah. Pit Viper ruler. Yeah, you never need more than 6 inches. That's what I learned. But yeah, we got some snow on top of that Christmas rain crust that I'm sure has been getting talked about and tracked throughout the season. So yeah, the pits are a little deeper now, you know. Up to 40 cms. That's good. We'll take it. The storm pushed out December 28th. Nice to see some blue skies and some fresh snow. As a personal hero of mine said, the hood looks good in white, Craig Gordon. But it looks more white than it really is because you're just still hitting rocks galore out there. And really those crusts are the only thing keeping us from hitting the rocks. So pretty thankful for the crust right now. Yeah, December. Moist and cool, not cool enough. Some rain, some snow, some more rain. Wind events, melt freeze crust, Christmas rain. Kind of starting to develop our persistent weak layers. Pretty much still low hazard, maybe moderate AVI hazard. If there's enough snow to make an avalanche, good luck. Above 8,500 feet, but we got the structure for it. So that's December in a nutshell. January 1st, Happy New Year's, everybody. Rain. I don't know exactly how high it rained to, but at above 9,400 feet. So this is another fun layer you'll start seeing in the snowpack everywhere if you poke with the probe or you're skiing and not hitting rocks. Thank you, New Year's. January 3rd, we got Max Hamlin. Nice publicly posted pit here from the top of James Peak, north facing. Looking like that basal structure, that old October, if it was still around, and mostly November snow. Usually you'd find facets, but it was so wet and warm that they're turning into clustered rounds, and then you got some melt freeze crusts, some facets in between, more melt freeze crusts, that wind event, wind smash, and rounds with capped in that New Year's Eve rain crust. So this is kind of like the building block or the foundation for the pack that we're working with right now, minus the next storms that I'm just gonna mention here in a second. So starting to see some activity. John Kaufman took this ob, Ben Lohman, 9,500 Northeast, little D1 natty. wind drifted, soft slab right under the cornice. So enough snow for people to be getting out and about, which is nice. Be nice if there's more snow, but this is what we're working with for the foreseeable future. Again, January 3rd, DeBruin took some pics from the car, I'm assuming, and just highlighted those little avalanches there. The more notable being the top-facing one. And so my guess would be it just popped with the sun and wet snow over that New Year's rain crust. January 4th, it was a pretty foggy day at work, but a little different scenario down in the Cottonwoods. Similar structure, but with some load on top. So they were seeing some stuff rip fat into the ground on those early season facets from that November snow. Super cool. Wish we were getting some avalanches here, but yeah. Just kind of goes to show like what could happen with the structure that we had at that point in time. January 5th, digging again because it's kind of fun to dig while there's not really a ton of good skiing right now. Yeah, soft snow overlying poor structure. And it's deeper there. Got like 85 cms of snow, so things are looking up. But still pop some of those basal grains out there. I think I call them facets because they're kind of square and crunchy still. I don't trust them. There's the write-up of that pit. So again, poor structure. Finally some new snow on top. Those crusts are keeping you off the rocks. Some more Berg photos over here, wandering in the bush of Ogden, holding it down. January 6th, Gagney UAC's showing some presence up here, digging some pits, getting some good pro obs, but he's calling them clustered rounds at the base under that New Year's rain crust with grapple on top. Yeah. Been a good year for grapple. January 10th, the Bruin got out there, basically showing the same thing. More pits, damp to ground, some crusts, some new snow, some grapple. And then on the 10th, there was actually an avalanche. I probably should have read more into it before talking about it in a public presentation, but you can see poor structure. And then here's a picture of the avalanche and where they dug that pit. I think it was a snowmobile triggered avalanche. I don't think anyone was caught, carried, or buried. But like, cool, we got a structure for avalanches and we have enough snow for it now, so that's awesome. The 11th, oh, things are heating up. Wet loose, noted on the backside of Basin. So kind of weird, feels like spring out there, especially where the snow lines are at right now. The 12th, pit from Adam Crow out on Cutler. Common theme here, crusts, a lot of crusts, and some new snow particles on top, which make for decent skiing where there's enough snow. The 12th, I'd be happy calling these clustered rounds now. They didn't look like facets. And we've had some really nice inverted temps as well as inverted air quality around here, as you've probably all noticed. So with that inversion, those lower and mid elevation bands are actually cold enough to form from some really nice surface hoar. 14th, yesterday, got out with our famous facet hunter, Jules Berg, dug a couple pits in Banana, and seeing some facets, some clustered rounds, some crusts. And pretty thin snow. We're looking at a 40 cm height of snow in there right now, at least where we dug. And here's another pit from just a little bit lower down at 8,300 feet. This one was 8,700 feet. Pretty much the same structure, also super thin snowpack, some facets at the bottom. So, we're just gonna chat a little bit about crusts, because that's kind of it's kind of what we're working with here, and it's the name of the game this season. Got rain crusts, melt freeze crusts, sun crusts, and wind crusts. They're all big players around these parts. We get a ton of wind here in Ogden. Getting a lot more sun than I would like for this time of year. Melt freeze crusts, often with just formed from temperatures. So those can happen on polars and solars, whereas sun crusts are obviously solars. Rain crusts are going to be super widespread. That's our New Year's crust. If you're poking around in the pack at all or skiing and not hitting rocks, you can thank that New Year's crust. But yeah, I just think it's really interesting that now we're living in a crust world, and hopefully we start getting some more snow and we'll start seeing, I would guess, things happening above the crust when we put more load on it, because there's some facets present above that New Year's rain crust. So this is just a picture of a buddy digging a pit, and I really like how he just gets rid of all the wheat grains and makes those crusts pop, so it's super easy to distinguish visually and from a picture what crusts happen when, how thick they are, how stout they are. So January, we're only halfway through it, but in a nutshell, we had our atmospheric river event in the beginning of the month from the 4th to the 9th, which gave us about 33 inches of snow and 3.5 inches of water, which we're really thankful for right now because that's all the snow we're sliding on. We've had unseasonably warm temps, and as looking around, there's, not much snow at low elevations, so long exits of runs. We've got a big old high pressure ridge, which is causing this lovely inversion, and that's part of our daily lives right now. So what does this all mean? I kind of already beaten this into the ground, but warming trend with settlement. Basal grains are kind of freezing and rounding out where there's a deep enough pack. Crusts are slowly breaking down. Snowpack is pretty thin with poor structure. And hazards, I wrote this the other day, but I think we can all safely say it's low hazard right now for avalanches, because good luck making one. Although Julian did trigger a couple minor wind slabs over a grapple layer at around 7,800 feet yesterday. So yeah, get out there, have fun, be safe, send pics, take obs, go ski what we got while we got it. Enjoy. I just wanted to do a little plug for this because I've got my hands on one. They're pretty cool. Sorry, getting loud. If you guys want to come check it out, take a look at it, get hands on, it's a safe backpack. They're partnered with Raid Research. Safeback is out of Norway. It's basically like a futuristic Avalung thing, which is like an airbag pack, but it takes air from behind you, blows it out the shoulder straps. And there's all sorts of like research on it, and they did a presentation at the A3 and with the Canadian Avalanche Center. But basically, people were buried over an hour with this pack on and had a pulse ox of over 90%. And people just wanted out because they were cold and hypothermic and tired of being buried in the snow. But I've been skiing with it for like the last couple of weeks, and I think it's super cool. And my buddy Will, who works for them, was kind enough to share a link which kind of bypasses the pro deal for it. So if anyone wants to take a picture of that link or get with me, I can send them that link. The packs are $486 instead of $750. But yeah, come hang out, chat, because my presentation is done. Thanks for coming out, supporting Ogden Avalanche. 2 hours. Between ski, bushwhacking, boot walking, and then shoe walking. About 2 hours.
Yeah, does anybody have more questions for Keenan? No? Okay. Let us know. Thank you so much, dude.
Yeah.
Bro,
Well, thanks for turning up, you guys. This is awesome. First one of the year.
While we have your attention, Keenan and I definitely wanted to, touch on the state of our non-for-profit right now. We're going through a lot of transitions, and there's a lot of, we talk about the future a lot now that we've stepped into these roles. So your support here means so much, you guys. This is blown my mind tonight that y'all came out And we love your support. If you want to donate directly, we have Venmo attachments on all of your tables, like, you know, only when you can and what works best for you. But all your support, all the donations, coming out to these events, like B Street has done so much for us as well. We're really grateful for this venue, and we're working on some new stuff for you guys, and we're really excited about the future. We're working on more swag and how to make the events better than ever, and your guys' support means the world to us. So is there anything else you'd like to mention about
We're going to
us?
keep doing this for
Yeah.
free no matter what, but
Mhm.
any support helps
Mhm.
with other events and other future projects.
Yeah, we're gonna start tithing you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and like,
But
you
if
know,
anyone has enough beers that they feel like they want to donate $5 to Ogden Avalanche, that's super awesome. So
yeah, you know,
thanks
if
for being
everybody in
here.
this room donates $5, it goes a long way, and we're really grateful for the support of all of our board members and all of the people who are involved here. So thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Cheers, everybody.
Mhm.